Hello guys, this is the Swatter guy here, and welcome to one of my most anticipated video that I wanted to make for a while. This is the road to money, and this one is how do you use the GTN. Now this one is gonna be, I think, two parts of this video. This is gonna be the first part. So we're just gonna analyze the GTN a little bit. But we're gonna answer, or I'm gonna answer, one of the few questions where what you need to see or need to remind when you selling stuff or buying stuff from the GTN. Now the first part, this is just gonna be the analyzing, and the second part is going to be the I think the GTN prices, like cutting off to, you know, the buy low sell high method. It's gonna be showing there, but this one is I'm gonna show you what to exactly sell and stuff like that. Now let's get into the main points, because I don't want to waste any more time, because this video is gonna be really long. So hopefully you got some popcorns and everything, and yeah, let's get into it. Now the first thing, I'm obviously wanted to ask a few questions when you entering the GTN or just analyzing the GTN. First up, when you have items on you, there is obviously a few things what you can remind. When do you need to sell? How long do you need to sell it? What price do you need to sell it? And that's it, pretty much 3 questions. When, how long, and how much. These are going to be the 3 particular ones that I wanted to cover on this video. Now, as you might see on the screen, there are a few stuffs that I really like putting the price like pretty low. I'm gonna tell you reason why. This is like a fair amount of reasons why I decide to you know, just checking the GTN out, and why am I discounting that much? Like, you don't need to discount, or yeah, you don't need to undercut that much of a money, but I'm just gonna put like few items in here. For example, like the titanium flame, the data cube, for example, the dust wiper bandit, and this pacemaker, whatever. These are gonna be 4 pretty decent items. So gold, silver, everything. So if I'm checking, for example, the titanium flame lightsaber, this one is a really particular one, like a pretty new one. And if you're checking it, it's 310k. If I'm selling this right now, I'm gonna undercut it to like 250k. I'm gonna tell you why. It's because even though I have 130 million credits right now, and I still obviously want more, because 130 million is not good enough, but if I wanted to get money quickly, that is the first way to get yourself pretty rich. Now, obviously, don't follow my footsteps. If you don't have, like, for example, 1 million credits, try to sell it to like 300k, 299 and stuff like that. But then you need to start watching the GTN pretty much non-stop, because sometimes, or not sometimes, all the time, somebody is gonna undercut you, for sure. So if I'm gonna put this titanium flame for 300k, then maybe 30 minutes later somebody has undercutted it for 290k, and after that I need to cancel the sale and then re-putting it to 280k, and so on and on. So you need to watch it. That is why I decide, or simply I decided to go and simply just undercut a little bit more, because a lot of the times when people realizing, okay, that is like a little bit too much, then I'm just not gonna waste. But for example, the Savannah Kaibok, which I'm selling right now, 460k is the minimum price, but I don't want it to undercut it that much, because I actually need the money, so I decided to go 400k. But if I wanted to go for the big ones, like for example the Railnex lower body, this one is a really old one, and as you see, it's 4 million credits on the GTN right now. If I'm checking this price in here, as you can see, 850k for this one and 1 million for this one, and like in total that is 1.8 million credits, this one in total, not 2.3. But I'm just hoping if somebody realizing this, and maybe I can sell it for 2.3 million, but probably that's not gonna be the case. But if I wanted to go for another high price item, for example the Togrita Citizen, this one is also a little bit different. As you might seeing it, I'm the only one who's selling this on the market. So it's pretty difficult to adjust the price on your own. So for example, I started this item and first of all I checked it where it came from. For example, from the Apprentice packs. This one is from a long time ago. So that is why pretty much there is none on the market right now. So that is why I decided to put it first time at 4 million, and after that 3 million, and now I'm stick with here 2.3 million. But I don't want it to go above or lower than 1.8 million. That is my total price that I wanted to sell it. So if not gonna sell it for 2.3, I'm gonna put it to 2.2 the next day, and so on and on and on. For example, this one is the Data Cube. Now, as you see, this one is 3 million, but I'm not putting that much lower price. I put it into 2.5 million. The reason why, it's because I don't want to undercut that much of an item price. The item is actually really rare to getting it. So that is why I decided to go and not put like 1 million undercut in there, just put 500k. Somebody is gonna buy it anyway. For the items that are really high priced, like I actually really worth high priced, I suggest not undercutting that much. For example, one of the hottest items is, for example, the Unrelenting Terror Armor set. If I wanted to go and see how much it is worth, like you need to compare it to these, like 11 million. I don't want to undercut it too much for 11 million, so I'm gonna sell it for 10.5 million credits or 10 million. I don't want to undercut it that much for that price. So for example, you seeing it, this one is 13.5 million and this one is 10 million, so, or 11 million. So this has a more reasonably chance to selling it because of that big undercut. For the silvers, I'm not suggesting to sell it, but this one is like particularly low. That is where you can decide if you want to keep the item and maybe sell it later or a month later or whatever, or just get rid of it and immediately sell it for like 15k if you desperately need the money. Because if you're selling so much low stuffs, at the end you will receiving like 1, 2, 3 million credits, even though if it's like 20 to 80k, that is some credits as well. Keep in mind the bronze items, some of them are worth a lot. This one is not particularly. This one is one of the oldest rifles and is still worth 45k. If you wanted to keep a few items, you know, to sell, like just a good example, the Menace emote. That has been one of the first emotes in the game right now, and it's 200k, and it's still not like as I said, the first ever content market pack, that emote was in there, and it removed I think 4 years ago, and it came back every year. So yeah, the prices just go up and down and things like that. But as I said, if you wanted to go for a higher price, for example, let's go take a good example, Peacemaker lightsaber. The Peacemaker lightsaber is definitely one that you need to watch. Like, if you're getting it, you don't want to sell it less than this price. If it's 85 million, then you want to sell it for 83 million. That 2 million is not going to be that much of a big deal. If you cannot sell it through the GTN, go to the fleet and say it, you want to sell this, because somebody is going to make a good offer for us at the end of the day. Now the question is also what I asked, when do you gonna sell? Like, there is now a comparison right now when you're watching. I made 2 like sales when I started. I put it previous day, I think, or on Tuesday, whatever. I put it 30 items on 2 characters and decided to sell it at 4 o'clock. It's to see how much items I sold, and it actually went up pretty well. Like or not 4 o'clock, sorry, 2 o'clock, or at 12 at midnight, and I put it in one day, and in the end of the day, I sold pretty much a lot of items for a lot of good prices. Don't really care about the prices too much. I only care how much stuffs I sold. Even though there are some of them for 10k, some of them are 13k, some of them are 20, 100k, 1 million, 2 million, doesn't really matter. I just only cared about how much stuffs I sold. And it ended up pretty well, and this one is the when I put it in at 5 o'clock p.m. And the reason why I said 5 p.m., like that is where I usually start selling stuff, is because to be fair, I'm looking at live perspective. So it's different time zones, obviously, in America and in the Europe. But in Europe, obviously, it's 6 o'clock for me right now. So that is the time where I'm usually start selling, because a lot of people are just coming back home, wanted to chill out, done with the family, and after that just wanted to log in for, you know, checking some new stuffs in the market, or maybe play the game, and after that they wanted to get new stuffs, etc. Pretty much that is one why I'm suggesting to sell it at after 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, because that is where usually a lot of people come in and playing. But if you wanted to sell it, for example, at 1 a.m. in the morning, so like really, really late night, then there is not going to be a chance where you selling a lot of stuff. So for example, if you're putting it for 12 hours, maybe in the morning somebody is going to undercut you and you're not going to sell that stuff, if you know what I mean. So basically that price is just going to stick in and obviously not going to get in. But if you're selling rare stuffs, obviously you need to check frequently for the market, because you wanted to get that money quick time. If it's like a platinum item or a really rare gold one, or one of the new items from the cartel market which become unbound and you wanted to sell it, that is where. And obviously that is when, like in time, but like what sign do you need to sell? But when is the big question, where I'm usually receiving money. When, like Sunday, Monday, doesn't really matter, but because at the end of the day, you're gonna sell what you wanted to sell, so it doesn't really matter. But usually my lucky day is Sunday. It's because a lot of people are just having a free day, and you know, they just wanted to go in and play the game, and you know, just selling stuff on the market, etc. So that is where a lot of people just came in and, you know, just selling stuff, buying stuff. And that is why I decided to, you know, sell a lot of stuff on Sunday, because at that time I'm maybe selling stuffs, or not maybe, definitely selling stuffs on Sunday for sure. Now, as I said, anything what you wanted to sell, everything has a really, really fair price, but you need to watch like news about the games, or what has been out, what is not. So for example, what I've been talking about recently about the how to get rich before it's too late, the 5.2 patch, for example, the plasteel and all of these materials became really profitable, because you can get like those whatever currencies, the new currency, the IOCAP power shards, which you can use and getting new stuffs from it. So pretty much that is like a really fair price if you just wanted to go in and scavenge a few of these plasteels and, you know, getting some stuffs for yourself and getting some money, and pretty much that's it. And now I don't really, as I said, I don't really want it to waste more time. So that is the part one of this GTN. Like this, the GTN thing is really, really complex. As I said, this is my advice for you. If you wanted to sell stuff, sell it on the Sunday. If you desperately want the money quickly. If you getting a higher price, a really high priced item that a lot of people want, and it's really, really popular, even though the Tula Cord, the Unrelenting Terror, one of the platinum lightsabers, or for example the major experience boost, these are one of the popular items where what a lot of people are wanted to buy. Check frequently on the market, because somebody at the end of the day is going to undercut you. So you don't put it on for example one day, because at the end of the day you're going to waste money putting into 6 hours, and you're just gonna and you're not going to waste that much of a credit for yourself. So That is that for this how to use the GTN. This is just one part of it. Next time we definitely gonna go in and see the buy low sell high method, because that is just gonna be a little bit of a tricky one as well. How to, you know, get rich and use the market for your advantage and stuffs like that. But that was it for this. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Also, again, thank you guys for all of your support from the past few days. It was a blast, like literally a blast. And thank you so much. If you wanted to support me, go check out my Patreon in the description, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.